Morning, y'all. Hope you're doing well, and welcome to another episode of Running Rock or Smoky Mountain Eco. We haven't quite decided how we're going to do that, but that's the direction we're headed. Running Rock will be the name of the channel and the resort at some point when I get around to typing it in. So, good to have you here with us today. And so a week ago, we spread this pasture behind me here, between here and the house, and the pasture behind that. Today we are spreading the pasture behind you. So it's been a week, and we had rain immediately after this last work we did on Saturday night and on Sunday morning, and no rain since. So I expected it would take a couple of weeks before the millet came up and before any other greens came up, but as I'll show you in just a second, there are little buds all throughout that field in a week, which tells you that this is fantastic growing conditions. Today, we're going to do almost exactly the same thing, so I'll not bore you with all of the details, but among those details, I bought another full 8 pounds of wildflowers and native warm season grasses, and had them separated out exactly the same way. I guess this is probably approximately an acre, probably a little less, but I'd like to sow some of the edges. So we will use all of the seed we've got. So Tractor Supply conveniently had pelletized lime and a different type of clover, which is not exactly perfect, but I wanted to get it in the ground at the same time as everything else. So this one includes crimson clover, red clover, arrowleaf clover, white clover, and chicory. So we'll see how this one goes. As you can see in here, it's got a slightly different seed mix. They look different. It's at 4 pounds, so I'll probably spread it out and then save a little bit to go along the edges, or maybe in some shady spots, since clover seems to do a little bit better in partial sun. Time to get to work. Tucker's normally an excited dog, but today he is even more energetic. I think it's pretty well prepped. The ground is rough and rocky with plenty of roots and tree limbs, but it'll suffice. When it's a small operation like this and we don't have a lot of time, especially working mostly on the weekends, we just have to take what we can get. Now, got to tell you a story. Well, not really a story, but a thought I had yesterday after talking with some local folks who encouraged me to stick with it and be patient in the process of trying to get this thing started. I spent some time designing a house for a friend and then headed back for the house from our family cabin just a couple miles away. And as I passed by, I passed my former chemistry teacher and basketball coach. Well, he would have been my basketball coach, except I was a terrible basketball player. So Coach Husky, I don't call him Mayor or Jerry Husky, but Coach Husky was wearing a long sleeve shirt and a big brimmed hat mowing his yard, and he paused for a second at, 150 yards away, looked up, recognized me, I recognized him, gave him a good smile and a good wave. He waved at me, and in that moment I realized I could not possibly have chosen or been blessed with a better location for this project than right here in Pittman Center, Tennessee. It's a fantastic community with great people, and it is as pretty as anywhere in the world. So, of course, I got a little teared up, told Amanda and Valley and Kate about it, and then woke up with a dream about a house that we designed, and the color of blue was fantastic. It's a blue I've never seen on a house, but we're doing it. So thanks for being patient with my stories and with my dribblings. Some of you might be wondering what this pile of rocks is behind me. That's a great story. So this was a full-on thicket in here, and I always wondered why we had such massive trees in here and such healthy rhododendron right in the middle of the field, given that they would have been farming it. Well, as it turns out, I don't think they ever farmed this lower portion right here, and the reason, we came across a boulder field right here in the middle of the valley. So I don't know how many of you are believers in the Bible front to back, but I personally am, and there is only one reason that we would have the size of rocks you see in these piles in this tiny little valley: a worldwide or a massive flood. And when I say massive flood, it would have had to have been such a large flood that it would have rolled and shaped rocks as large as cars, as small as my hand, and filled this valley full of them. It's a pretty good evidence that a mighty massive river passed through this valley at one time, and that something incredibly strong put these boulders here. So either at the creation of the world or at some point following. Time to take a break. The ladies are here and we're gonna plant some tomatoes. The soil that came out of the pond smells like woo-wee. Hopefully it doesn't kill them, but we're gonna give it a shot. Should be about as good a fertilizer as we've ever seen. 50 years sitting in a pond, fish poo, salamander poo, all that other good stuff. But we'll see. Back to work. Got the tomatoes planted. About broke the gator. That was funny and not funny. Amanda should not have been smiling. But I think we're gonna be okay. And got a fire going. So time to finish sowing this seed. And then it's time to start picking up sticks. And I'm gonna be pooped. Good full day. It just dawned on me, I can eat lunch anywhere I want to. So I decided to come down here and put myself a chair right there in the middle of the rocks. And Tucker can snoop around or beg, whichever he prefers. So you know what's next. Hopefully very, very soon, you're gonna see this field in green. All sorts of green, all sorts of different leaf patterns and grasses. And I am excited about the future. So thank you for watching us, and we will see you soon. Have a great day.